There's so much that we do in business and life with artificial constraints and time limits.
Exactly.
It's a real treat to kind of turn off the world because for this couple hours, if I was in my office, I'd be dealing with 9 different things and 42 different time zones. To turn off the world and focus
Yep.
on the conversations. One of those things where I went to another city and I looked up an old friend. It was somebody I used to sing with in my a cappella
Oh,
group.
I
Oh,
love
And
that.
so
cool.
I had lunch with my friend Dr. Bob and his wife Gretchen, who are dear friends. We were talking about the same thing about sort of this third act, and they said we have a saying, and the saying is choose people. And I said, tell me what that means. And they said it means that if somebody calls and say, "Hey, I'm coming to town," or "Are you free for lunch?" or "We're all getting together," it doesn't matter what's on our calendar. When there's an opportunity, choose people. And I love that. I told them I'm going to steal that. And they said, because we can certainly fill up our calendar, we can certainly fill up our time. But it's also one of the things that my wife and I talked about because for so many years, our peer group, our friends were dictated by the parents of our kids' friends or their teammates. When my son was on his football team, we hung out with the parents of the other kids on that team. We made a joke that, like, do we get to choose our own friends now? Since we've become empty nesters the last couple of years, we're really prioritizing time with friends. And that was so precious. If I have any regret, and I do, is that I didn't save enough time. I didn't prioritize time with friends when my
Yeah.
kids were growing up
Mhm.
because the obligations are
Yeah.
tremendous.
Right.
Financial, keeping the house up,
Yeah.
the honeydew list, the practices, it was just constant. And I think about the friends who they go with their buddies and they go to Vegas or they go ride four-wheelers and all
Yeah.
those or golfing.
Right.
And I didn't do enough of that.
Yeah.
And so that's part of where we are right now.
Totally.